Okay, got an interesting one here. Somebody has entrusted me with their beloved PS5 cover. so I'm going to freestyle on it. He's basically said to me, do whatever you like. So I'm going to do whatever I like. And I don't know if I'll finish it today. I don't know if I'll elaborate on a design or do something, because I might do that. I might do something and do something over it. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about it. But I'm quite looking forward to getting stuck in. As you can see, I've prepped it already. Just to give you an idea how I've prepped this, I've prepped it in. So I've done a very sort of, as you can see. So it was white. It was a white one. I think they were white, weren't they? And I've not done a full fill. Did a very sort of mostly sort of fullish fill. But no, you can't see that. And not been too. I've not been too sort of conscientious about filling all the bits in or anything, because that sort of underspray overspray look can be quite nice. Then what I've done, and that's all in black. then I've done a really dark purple down here. That's a very nice contrast. I don't know if it picks up on the camera. I know you can just about see it, but it's a really nice contrast. Never be afraid of using really dark colours together. You get a really beautiful subtle contrast there, and that purple fades into the black in the background. And then I've just sort of killed it with there's a tiny bit of dark blue speckling. Then there's a tiny bit of speckling with a pink, a sort of reddish pink. And then mostly this stuff on the top, by the way, it's very important that you know that is a transparent white. It's not an opaque white. That's really important. When I use whites to do detailing or speckling, anything like that, I mostly use transparent white because I can control it better. You always used to use opaque whites. And then when, just see that bit that I've done up there. When who was it brought? I think it was Montana Gold brought out a transparent white. I think they were the first to do it, and transparent black. And I was a bit like, what are they for? I don't really understand. What I used to do, sort of shadowing in black. We all did, you know. We all just used to do very quick dusting with blacks and whites and stuff, you know. So I didn't really know what they were for, and then I got a hold of them and just went, oh, these are amazing. If you haven't used transparent blacks and transparent whites, then you've got to get on it, because they are fantastic to work with on the wall for your like low-level shadow, low-level highlight, low-level. I love them to bits. I use them on every piece now. Every piece I do on a wall, I'll use transparent black and white on it somewhere. And I also use them when I do stuff like this, canvas and commission work. Because it's just so effective. Really, really effective. So, enough rabbit, as they say. Let's get stuck. Rabbit means talking, for those of you outside the UK. Enough chat. Let's get stuck into this and see what I can do with it. This is very annoying. There's a big shine off my light. There's nothing I can do about that because I need the light. I need the light to work. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna jam it. Gonna jam it on there. Okay, let's get stuck in. Okay, I'm just checking in with you really. So this is a good start as far as I'm concerned. I'm having fun with this one. All kinds of elements going on here. Nice sort of big mashup stuff. I might add more to this, I might not. It might be enough to carry it in the end when I get all the shadows on, all that sort of stuff. It'd be nice to get some overlap to get, oh sorry, that's not a very clear idea, is it? Nice to get some, so I'm looking for depth, basically. Stuff that casts shadows, that kind of stuff. So I'll add arrows and things. But if you get a bit of overlap, I'll call it overlap. Like for instance, if I put something just there over the top, it will cast a shadow on these letters. The only thing is, you don't want to destroy what's already there. That's the only problem with that. You've got to work out compositionally what is going to work and what isn't. So it's a bit of a balancing act, you know, working out what does and what doesn't. But generally, this is going in the right direction. So let's get some paint on it. Okay, so I'm cracking on with this, as you can see. Just laying down the base colour at the moment. It takes a while because there's about 3 coats to get on to make sure it's all nicely opaque and settled and looking good and all that. You can see it's a little bit scratchy, but I don't mind that personally, because once the outline's on, it just gives it a bit of texture. So that's pretty good. As long as it's got about 3 coats on, I don't mind. That you can see this has got 1 coat on so far, and you can see that is not enough. This bit there, you can see that's not enough. This is enough because it's got a nice texture into it. So 3 coats that. Yeah, so as you can see, I've got no outline on it yet. I love putting the outline. It's always my favourite bit. I try and save it. I haven't quite decided on some of the colours yet, but I'm very happy with what's going on at the moment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you in real time how I do this gun. I'm just wondering how much time it's going to take me to do it, but I really want you to see how I do this, because I use overpainting for it, and some of you might not be familiar with the technique, so I just thought this might be quite useful. So I tell you what, I'm going to get an outline on this, and then I'm going to show you how I overpaint it. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at this. So this is the way I'm going to do this gun, right? This is generally I use an overpainting technique, which is a very, very simple one. So I've got my base colour down. There's about 2 or 3 coats on there already. So I want to get my shadows in now, my greys, my darker grey. So I've got to start laying this down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start laying these shadows in with this colour, this darker colour. And what it does, if I'm careful with it, is it sort of, it kills a bit of the black, and I can decide which bits of these blacks I want to keep and which ones, sorry, I want to keep dead, if you like, and which I want to re-ink. You'll see what I mean. This is all to give it depth, by the way. It's all about depth, making it look a bit more real. So for instance, I'm killing these blacks there because I'm putting this shadow in, and I'm going to need that back. I'm going to need them blacks back. So I just want a little bit of shadow along there too. There we go. Shall I do it now as well? Oh, why not? Thing about paint, you can always change your mind and kill it afterwards. Now what I need to do, I also need to, no, I haven't put the, oh, I know what I need to do. There we go, a little bit of dark shade on the bottom of the barrel there, because we want to make that barrel look as if it is, you know, as close to round as possible. Now I need to get the holes in this bit. So the way I do it, the way to get equal spacing on these, it's easy to get equal spacing. Oh, how can I explain this? You can see what I've just done there, right? It's easy to gauge the space between that and that. If I'd have gone down like that, they can end up anywhere. So you do the corners first, then you put the middle bit in, and then you put the dots in the middle of the other dots, and it's dead easy. Dead easy, and they're all nicely evenly spaced. And trust me, that took me a long time to work out, because I'm not the brightest, to be honest with you. Let's put in, how am I going to do this? Okay, so I'm going to put a line in there, and a line in there, and how am I going to do this? Let's put a line in there. Remember what I was saying, this is all about trying to make it jump out a bit. Depth. So I've re-inked that line there, you see that? Wasn't heavy enough, so I've put it back in. And I'm going to just leave that there, because you don't need all that line. You'll see why in a minute. I'm going to put highlight in there. These lines, I need these back in. I need that line back in, because that's nearest to us. So I'll need that. Need that one for the same reason. It's close. I'll put that in to there. Yeah. All right, now I want to drop a bit of let's drop a bit of, oh, actually let's do the blacks first, not confuse the issue. So this, so obviously if I do black, it pushes it right back. Because what I'm doing there is I'm just sort of saying there's something back there. It's the illusion of something tucked in back there. This shadow here helps that. Helps that illusion. There we go. Next, okay. Now, I don't know what to show you first. Okay, let's show you this. So I'm going to put a white in now. White's going in there. Now I want to be very careful, really careful there, because I want to cut some of these black lines. That's what I mean by overcut. I'm cutting. Cutting's another word for it. And you probably know that expression, right? Because that's what we talk about on the wall. Cut to cut. And I just want to put in as much until I'm happy. And then I go, yeah, that'll do me. That's enough. Actually, just kill that line a little tiny bit more. See that? I'm just cutting that black a bit more. So it's really, actually that's probably too much. And back to my big grey, I'm going to kill that line a little bit. You see this? So I'm working, hang on, I'm going to kill that black line. Maybe that's a bit thick. Is that a bit thick? That's all right. That's okay. That's popping out a little bit more. just get a little bit more of that in. There you go. I'll put that back slightly. Works a bit better. Actually, I can't leave that like that. I was going to put that. I've got to overlap that because that's at the top. There we go. Hope this is making sense. Of a bit there. So let's get a highlight on there. There we go. Highlight on there. I might change some of the details of this gun because at the moment it's a bit plain. There's not much on it, you know. I might want a bit more on it than that. Oh, I know what I'll do this bit. There we go. Just add a bit of shine there. Okay, this needs a bit of barrel shine on it. There we go, get that in there. And a little bit of more for luck. Okay, let's get some ridges on this magazine. And now I'll just run a grey in there. There we go. That'll do me nicely. And then I'll get, it's a really bad habit of mine. So you're always supposed to, when you work with paint, right, you always do the top first. Because if you go back to the top after you've done the bottom, you rub your hand for it. So I'm supposed to remember stuff like that. And I often forget. Anyway. You see, I'm looking at this thing and there's not enough detail there. So I'm going to do some of this again. What I'm going to do, I'll put like an ejector just there. Might be able to do it very easily, actually. There you go. Oomph, oomph. That needs a bit of shadow. Actually, it's a bit wet to put shadow on there right now. So let me do. Is this dry yet? Yeah, that's dry now. This grey dries quite quickly, actually. So let's get these on, because I'm going to show you how to do these. This is, and it's such a simple technique, this, but it's so effective. Really, really effective technique. So I just get all these outlined. And this is a really useful. Really useful. Light source coming from here, right? Shining this way. And these have got ridges. What do you call them? Internal bevels. So this is what you do. It's dark in there and in there. Don't worry about the black too much. I can always go back and do it again. As long as it's just a guider for me to know where it is. You've probably seen me do this in time-lapse, but you've never seen me do it in real time. It's a very useful thing to know how to do because it's ridiculously simple and very, very effective. So that's your shadow just there. Then you come back on this side and you drop in your highlight. And if this was bigger, you could blend it a little bit, or do something with it. Do something clever with it. Whatever, I don't need to because it's so little. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm trying to work quick so you can not get too bored. There we go. Highlight in there. And now all that remains really is this gun needs a bit of detail on it. And actually, do you know what? I might just slap a bit of I'll just slap a bit of low light there, like that. Just a tiny bit like that. So it needs a bit of detail, needs to be gone over again. See that? I'm cutting with the grey, that's a bit of overpaint for you. And then I'll go back in with the outline, overpaint again. Come on. Oish. I'm having a weapons malfunction here. Put that in there. Yes, yes. So I can cut that in, you see. Just all of this gives a little bit more illusion of depth and like you're dealing with a 3D object as opposed to a flat thing. Give that a nice thicker line there. There we go, there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good. Since I created this little bit here, that needs a bit of a shadow just there because our light source is coming down from there. There we go. And that is roughly the gun. So going over my black lines, just killing out any lines that I've gone over, any bits that were a bit messy or whatever. And there you have it. And obviously there's a lot to do yet, and there's going to be painting around it, and I don't want to get too wedded to anything that's going on with it, just in case I have to do something over the top of it, or something. But the internals of it, that's the way it'll be. There you go. Just getting them in, back again. Have I put my finger in paint? No, I think I've survived. See, when I time lapse, you don't see how much smudging I do. And you don't need to sort of leap in and rescue me, because I don't mind. I don't really mind very much. Now look at this final bit of shadow. Is the black inside. Black inside those holes. Again, it's just there because the light's coming down from that way. There we go. I mean, you've got a very effective bit of sort of bulking, bit of 3D. See this needs to be gone over again. Just kill that a bit of shadow there. Good, 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 good. Nice. And now I can go back in with my grey if I want. Just start to taper back these lines. I could even taper back that line actually. See what I mean? Just taper that back. Quite like that. And I can add little bits of detail. Add a little bit of detail there. There you go. Little bits of stuff. Maybe add a little seam just there. This kind of stuff, you know. And there you go. Right, back to the speedy version. Right, I'm finished. That was a big one. That was probably, for those of you who are interested, I know some people are interested in this kind of thing, that took me about 7.5 hours to do. And very enjoyable it was too. I could do more on it, But you know, I always say this, don't I? I could do more, but I could keep on sort of egging it and over egging it, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it there because I'm really happy with that. Actually, I'm really happy with the way it's come out, and I hope my client will be too. And he'll probably watch this video. I'll certainly point him in the direction of it. And yeah, that's I hadn't expected to. I mean, you know, as usual, I'm not a big planner. I find that planning doesn't really suit me very much. I have to jam it along the way, and I have to see how it comes out, and roll with whatever turns up. But that, I'm quite happy with that, actually. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was semi-educational, and that you got something from it. And yeah, I'll be back soon with something else.